Grant for the defendant, student attorney for Michigan Law's civil criminal litigation clinic, requesting permission to practice under MCR 8.120, representing Ms. Denitra Walker, who is present on Zoom.
Under the supervision of, go ahead, I'm sorry.
My clinic partner, Leon Boykins, is here as well, and my supervising attorney, Allen, is also here.
All right. Permission from everybody who's not from Rutgers is granted. All right. Okay. Where are we on this case now?
If I may, Your Honor, this is the third hearing. I don't know if Your Honor remembers, we were here on the 12th, which my client had agreed to an extended adjournment to the 12th so that Ms. Walker could get legal aid. That didn't happen. She asked for one more adjournment. Your Honor granted that over my client's objection. Did make clear at the time that that would be the final adjournment. This is a termination. There is no lease in place. This is an extremely straightforward matter. And my client's simply seeking a judgment for.
I think, though, and I'll let counsel for the defendant to speak, but I think there were some issues of, well, it may have been a tendency. There is at least an indication that there may have been an option to purchase as part of that. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I didn't mean to interrupt. There was a contract at some point that has long since expired. That was made clear back in August. And I have had conversations with the defendant prior to her retaining the legal clinic. We're just talking about time to move out, and unfortunately the parties can't agree on a time. My client has made an offer. He stood firm on that, and the defendant is simply asking for more time. They're not going to agree. I don't know what else to say.
Counsel, what do you have to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we are requesting an adjournment in order to file our answer. We just filed our appearance, and we really need more time to investigate defenses and counterclaims.
Well, respectfully, and I say this as a former member of the rental housing clinic at Michigan State, they bought my law school, couldn't anything I could do about it. Anyway, this case was filed back in early December. There's been all kinds of time given. In a matter of a termination, time is the sole factor. My client's trying to sell the property, has a buyer, and we're just, it's just stalling. There is no issue that has been brought to this court's attention for even a trial. That said, my client is prepared to head to trial today, which we have. I mean, that's what we'd ask to happen.
I also would like to note that we would request some limited discovery as it relates to the contract. It couldn't come to us because we were closed and we need more time.
Which contract are you talking about?
I believe it's the purchase.
All right. So here's part of the problem. And I probably know way too much about these two individuals, but it seems to me that there's an issue. I think Ms. Walker was dealing with the Veterans Administration at some point on her case. And the Veterans Administration was helping her through some things. Also, I think that relates to her now deceased husband, that those services are coming through. Correct? And if I say something wrong, Ms. Walker or counsel, let me know. That heard of from one of the cases that came before me, this is probably like the fifth, that there was, I thought, some agreement for the purchase of the premises that was made with the husband at some point. And then it continued to run while Miss Walker was there. And then maybe just didn't get fulfilled. So I know that that's in the background of this case.
If I may, Your Honor, the rest of that story is upon Miss Walker, all of the veterans' assistance, etc., was predicated upon her husband, who unfortunately passed away. I believe that's been nearly a year. And at that point, the Veterans Association said, I'm sorry, we can't help you anymore. There's nothing that we can do. The purchase was predicated upon the veterans' assistance. He was going to get a VA loan. So all of that fell through upon his death. I've had recent conversations with Miss Walker, and she's admitted that the Veterans Association has told her very simply, we cannot offer you any further assistance. You are not a veteran and your husband has passed away. So yes, all of that was true. All of that has been resolved. I'm sorry that it wasn't done in favor of a sale, but here we are.
Your Honor, if you would allow my attorneys the adjournment, none of the paperwork, once Matthew sent it to them, it did not say I had to get a VA loan. We were going to get a VA loan. And yes, my husband did die. But there's other lenders, private lenders, and that's what I keep trying to tell them. So if you would please allow my attorneys to get the paperwork from them, because that's important for you to see. It never said it specifically. Yes, when my husband was alive, of course we were going to go the VA route because it would save us money, it would do everything. But none of our paperwork said it had to be a VA loan. And our new attorneys, they're ready to get the paperwork from him and look at them, Your Honor, and please allow them that so we can present this.
That the clinic needs.
Can you repeat yourself, Your Honor?
Where is the paperwork that you're looking for?
We are currently uncertain. We need more time to investigate this.
No, I hear you on that, but you're looking for specific paperwork. And as I recall, and this case had been sat, those issues were raised, but I don't know who counsel was at the time for Miss Walker. And they'll have the paperwork we're talking about.
My client tells me that it was the clinic, Your Honor. I don't know. I was not involved, and I have none of this paperwork. I've been told it's all expired.
Your client have the paperwork. That's what we're asking you to send the copy over from your client, sir.
Clinic did represent Miss Walker. As I recall, the paperwork, everything that you're talking about, counsel, right now was in their possession. And so I don't mind giving folks time to look at things, but I don't want to have to tell plaintiff they have to provide it again when it's in the possession already of the clinic.
He's never provided that one paper, Your Honor. We need that paper. That's the only, he never provided anything.
Which paper?
With the land contract paper, not the original leases. I have all the paperwork that he signed that have the agreement for the amount to sell. He
have a land contract or a proposed land contract that was.
Yes, that's what we've been asking. That's even before
Ms. Walker, the other case. You have attorney.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I thought you were talking to me. I'm sorry.
Mr. Bieber, do you have a land contract?
No,
Whether
my
it was ever
understanding is,
executed or not, I don't care.
no, sir. No, I do not.
Your Honor, there are arguments we are planning on
Pardon?
making or seeing if we can make. We just do not know what is available to us to argue yet.
Well,
We need more time.
Your Honor, this is, again, the third hearing and the first that I've heard the words land contract used. The first time I've heard any of these allegations made by Ms. Walker, if she's been involved in this, I mean, I understand, there's nothing in the court rules about the university shuts down over winter break, and so we have to extend dates and continue time. And Ms. Walker,
counsel, hold it. No, stop. You're not going to tell me that you had something on your schedule, had to ask the court for an adjournment, had to ask to put it out for something that may not be important. Well, it's just as important in terms of their scheduling and in terms of what they're doing that the whole process slows down. Everybody accommodates anybody, but you're not going to make them feel guilty because the school happened to go on a break. So if I ever hear that again, you're out of my courtroom.
I apologize, Your Honor, and I did at the last hearing agree to an extended adjournment to give them time for that.
Counsel for Ms. Walker, come forward with what you have and what you're proposing to do. You're going to have to file an answer. You're going to need to do that by mid next week. I want an answer to me by Thursday of next week, the 25th. I'll adjourn this matter out to January 26, 2024. 11 a.m.
Thank you so
That's
much,
it for
Your
today,
Honor.
folks. Thank you.
You'll have it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Counsel, please call me. We can work something out.
Okay, let's see. How much is owing on this case?
Your Honor, $364, which includes $214 in court costs.
364. Okay, did you hear that, Ms. Drummer? You owe $364.
Okay, Your Honor. The reason why I haven't paid the money yet because one, I had paid my rent before these paperwork was filed in court, and they're charging me late fees on a court fine. And I told her you can't charge me late fees on a court fine. My rent is paid in full. They're charging me $150 on that $188 court filing fee. And my rent was paid before the papers were filed. So I'm like, how can you charge me late fees on the court filing fee?
Okay, Ms. Drummer.
I'm here.
Okay. What date did you pay your rent?
My rent was paid at like 8 a.m. that Friday morning. I talked to Melissa the day before.
Okay, Ms. Drummer. Yes. I'm not there. So you got to give me a date it's paid. You can't say that Friday.
Oh, it was December 22nd.
December 22nd. Okay, but now.
Hello.
And did your January got paid?
Yes.
Okay.
My January rent was paid on the 26th of December.
Okay, so you paid your January rent early on the 26th.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me see when it's filed, when this case was filed.
Your Honor, I don't have those same dates.
Pardon?
I have different dates.
You have different dates of payment?
My January rent was paid before January.
Ma'am, Miss Drummer,
Okay,
please.
okay.
Go ahead, Ms. Kazir.
Your Honor, I'm trying to see if the staple is covering the date. It's like there was a payment made on the 22nd in the amount of $1,331.88, which left a balance of $188. Then January utilities were added, January rent, and then what was paid by Ms. Drummer was her portion. Well, it looks like there was a amount paid on the 2nd of January, which still left the balance of $188.
Okay.
But really, it was corrected, so I think it was just a court cost. Let me just double check. A little more than that.
So the 188 was the court cost?
No, the court costs were actually 214 for this case.
Was 214. Okay. So where is the 364 coming from? Because now I have.
So it consists of $188 balance, then 2 late fees, which total 150, and then it looks like the filing fee was corrected, so it should have been, there was an additional $26 added onto that amount.
Okay. Got it.
He said the court filing fee was how much?
It was $214.
When did it go to 214? Because on my ledger it said 188. So when did it go up?
So it was an incorrect amount was added to the ledger.
An incorrect amount was added to the ledger, ma'am.
Oh, that ain't my fault.
Your Honor, I will say that I understand that my client did send Ms. Drummer notifications letting her know that as a one-time courtesy, they would have waived the late fees, but she never responded.
Yes, I did. I told her that would be fine. She never removed them. They're still
Okay,
showing.
Miss Drummer. Miss Drummer.
Okay, I'm gonna behave.
Just check the attitude just a little bit. It's early Friday. I got a whole day to go through. All right. So, Mr. Zeri, will they still waive the late fees?
I think so.
The 150?
Yes. So it would be the balance would be 114 by my math.
114 is what she would owe? Okay. Okay. Well, if 150, that may be about right.
Oh, that's not right.
It's not.
It's early for me.
I hear you. It's a court cost. Okay, so Ms. Drummer,
Yes.
as a one-time courtesy, she thinks they can get you to waive the late fees, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you owe $214. Now, your issue is you don't think that you would owe that except when you would owe it. And I'm just going to tell you why, because they filed the summons and complaint for rent on December 21st, 2023. You didn't pay until December 22nd, so they're entitled to their court costs. And didn't pay the whole amount in any event.
I didn't pay I paid everything but the court costs. And at that time it was 188. Now they're telling me it's 214. But okay.
You want me to do the new math? Because the math I have comes to 214.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying it went from 188 to 214, but that's fine.
Okay. So now that it's at 214 and they waived it, when are you going to get it paid?
I'll pay it Friday.
The 26th?
Yes.
Okay. Can you get it done early in the morning so that we know? Or on the 25th?
I go on my portal and pay it.
Okay. So let me do this. I'll adjourn this matter to January 26th, 2024. What time?
10 a.m.
At 10 a.m. Get that paid and then this will go away. All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
And where are we on this case?
Your Honor, the balance that I have this morning is $2,192, which includes $163 in the court costs. I had a chance to speak to Ms. Martin, and she indicated that Hawk paid $16.92 on her behalf, and I just got confirmation from my client that a payment was received yesterday.
Of 1692. So,
And then
because I think you may be good. And then, so that leaves a balance of what?
500.
500?
Yeah.
And I believe I have 1,000 in escrow.
Perfect.
So, yes, ma'am.
I was wondering, is that the 500 I got 1,000? Can I get 500 back because it's my kid's birthday and I haven't been able to do nothing for them because I had to get my money to the court.
So the balance is 5. It's so you all right, Miss Martin?
It's just hard when you by yourself.
I know. Oh, to child.
One is
Pardon?
one is 9, the other one is 10.
When are their birthdays?
One was January the 8th, and the other one is January 22nd.
You got 2 January babies, haven't been able to do much for them. You know something, Miss Martin? I think certain things happen for a reason. It's funny that you tell me that. The one born on January 8th, what's their name?
Chase.
Chase.
I'm sorry, Mitchell.
You didn't know which one, right? It's okay.
Chase
So,
was born on the 22nd.
all right. Mitchell's born on the 8th. That's my daddy's birthday.
Oh.
Things happen for a reason. All right. What is the actual balance that she owes?
500, Your Honor.
Yeah, 500 even?
Yes.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do, Miss Martin. I'm going to do it a little bit different, but how much is your monthly rent?
Hawk told me it went up to, I believe it's 458.
Yes, 458.
458. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I don't mind seeing you, but I don't want you back. Okay. So I'm going to do 600 to the plaintiff. That's going to put you 100 ahead for going into February. I'm going to give $400 back to you, 200 basically for each child. How about that?
Thank you.
Will that work?
Yes.
And I'm going to try to do something else. Is Carrie out there today? Can you tell Carrie I'd like Miss Martin to be able to walk out of here with her check. So she walks down. So normally we would mail that to you, or you'd have to come up and do that, but I'm gonna have the clerks get you a check right now.
Thank
So you can get started on that, because you can't miss a second birthday,
Thank you.
right?
Right.
Okay. All right, you take care. You have a blessed weekend. And tell them happy birthday from me, okay? Court calls the case.